The cost knowledge area has 4 processes, 3 in planning and 1 in monitoring and controlling. The first planning process is plan cost management, which is basically our rules for getting money. How do we estimate? How do we set up a budget? How do we set a baseline? How do we track spending? How do we track actuals compared to the budget? How do we deal with variance, etc.? Now our next process is estimate costs. So this is where we take our particular activities or work packages and we basically try to figure out what each of those pieces of work should cost to complete or to do. Ultimately there we take those costs as activity or work package costs and we roll them into our next process, which is determine budget, again a planning process. So determine budget is a process where we either create a time-phased budget, meaning a total cost of the project, and how do we expect that cost to increase throughout the life of the project. Or it could be a work breakdown structure format where we look at how the money is divided across the work of the project. And then in both of those cases, ultimately having a total expected cost of the project as well. And then our final process is control costs, which is a monitoring and controlling process. So this is where we are basically taking work performance data and comparing it to the cost baseline so we can take actual spending, compare it to the baseline spending, and we know if we're on track or not financially. Are we under budget, over budget, on budget? Do we need to make adjustments, etc.? Now, if you are doing earned value, determine budget is going to kind of set the foundation for it, and then control cost is going to be where the bulk of that work, or that heavy lifting, if you will, happens. So again, we have 4 processes, 3 in planning, 1 in monitoring and controlling. Plan cost management, estimate costs, determine budget, and then in monitoring and controlling we have control costs.